I've put this Best Fittings carbon fibre bottle on it, and fair dues. Even though the original was 220 cc's, this is only 300 cc's. But that 80 extra cc's has made a bit of a difference, mainly for plinking and target shooting, to be fair, because I never really had a problem with the shot count on this for hunting. It got plenty enough shots as it was. And the other thing I've done, I put a swing, try these new teeth out, a sling swivel stud in the rear grip, and I bought, to go on the front, off eBay, just one of these, little cheap and cheerful thing, just fits on the Picatinny fitting on the front there. So that's enabled me to fit a sling on. In all fairness, I'm not particularly happy with that there. Really, I want it along here somewhere. So I've got an extender rail, but the trouble is, since I put the tank on rather than the cylinder, there's not enough clearance. So I need to get a little razor, a Picatinny to Picatinny fitting to go on there, so that my front rail will miss the cylinder. And then I can put this further up the front, so I can fit a sling to it. I don't normally fit slings to my air rifles, but on my new permission that I've got, there's a hell of a lot of walking to and fro in bits where there is nothing that you're likely to shoot. So rather than carrying it in my hands, it's easier to sling it over your shoulder. So that's why I fitted it out with a sling. So it's coming together quite nicely, this rifle. I've got to say I'm well impressed with the accuracy of it. It's very, very good. And since I give it a tweak, like I say, it's running at 11.6 now. Originally it was running at about 10.7, something like that. Under 11 anyway. So I've just given it a little tweak, just to bring the power up a little bit. Still well within the legal limit, half a foot-pound under. So no real worries, and that's using heavy pellets as well. So obviously if you use a lighter pellet, the foot poundage will drop. So there you go. So yeah, looking good. So that's the difference I made with this one. Carbon fibre bottle, Best Fittings. Worked out about, I think it's about 50, 60 quid, possibly a bit more cheaper than an original FX one. And it's not just the carbon fibre bottle either, but it's got a FX valve on it. And the difference there is it means that you can unscrew the bottle with air in it, because the valve shuts once you break the seal. The same as the cylinder that came with the rifle. And I'll just show you the cylinder. Right, that's the original cylinder that comes with the rifle. And that's got a valve in there as well, obviously, FX valve. So you can set that off, because that's actually fully charged, that one. So it now means that when I go to the range or go out target shooting or whatever, plinking or whatever I'm up to, I can put that either in the car or sling it in a backpack, and it gives me an even bigger shot capacity in a relatively portable package, because this doesn't add much at all to the weight of the rifle. I actually quite like this as well, because it's a little bit fatter. It's a nicer grip than the cylinder. Like I say, the only disadvantage is it means I can't fit, for the moment, my extended rail, because I need to put a Picatinny to Picatinny mount on there and then fit that onto that. I'll just show you what I mean. So I've already got a Picatinny to Picatinny mount on it to start with, so it'd clear the cylinder, but it doesn't clear the bottle. So what I need to do is put another one on, and then it will sit like that. So it'll bring it down, it'll clear it enough then. So that's what I'm going to buy next off eBay. A little adapter just to bring that down a bit and give me a bit of extra depth. And then I can either put that on, and I've still got plenty of room on the rail to put a bipod on it as well. So yeah, so dead happy with that, the way that's coming along. That's coming along lovely. Shoots nice. The magazine is incredible. It really is. The magazine is superb. The cocking action and the magazine, brilliant. I have to say, it is a bit like my RTI Priest, and if the Priest had had a magazine as slick as this FX magazine, then FX would have been in big trouble. This is a little bit lighter, I think, than the Priest, slightly, but it's not as adaptable as the Priest, really. You know, changing the barrel on the Priest was dead easy. I don't think this is particularly difficult, but it was dead easy to do on the Priest. So I'm possibly going to get a 177 barrel for this as well at some stage. But so far, impressed with it. It's really nice. Great trigger and super slick mag. Super slick magazine. Really, that's the one thing of this rifle that's really impressed me, is how slick that magazine and cocking action is. You know, everything else, I mean, most air rifles these days will shoot really accurately. This is no different. Most will give you a massive shot count with a bottle on. This is no different. Most have got good triggers, or a lot of them have got good triggers anyway. The high-end ones have got good triggers. This has got a very good trigger. But really, the outstanding feature on this particular rifle, I think anyway, that lifts it a little bit above the average, is the incredibly good and incredibly slick magazine and side lever. Very good. Thoroughly recommend that. You know, that's the outstanding feature of it, really, that in my opinion sets it apart from all those other sort of tactical looking air rifles at the higher end. Obviously at the ones that are at the lower end, its accuracy, its quality of its barrel, its quality of its trigger, the way it's made are obviously better than a lot of the cheaper ones. But when you get to that sort of mid-band, sort of £1,000-ish bracket, the thing that sets this one apart from most of those, I think, is that the side lever and the super slick mag. It's so easy to rattle off. I was at the range when I went, not last Sunday, but the Sunday before that, rattling off magazine after magazine. It's so slick. It's so easy to just blaze away at a magazine. It really is. It's great fun. No jams, no sticking, nothing. Superb. The other thing I want to quick mention about is the Anschutz. It's my intention to go down the range on Sunday to do some shooting again. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to take this Anschutz again. Massively impressed with this last time I took it down there. Really happy with it. Sublimely accurate in its home environment. So yeah, well happy with this rifle. Very made up with it. Now, I took the hamster off this because I don't really want to use it for, well, I can still fit the hamster easy enough, but I've been mainly shooting it in this format with a bipod off the bench down there, and great fun, loving it. But I'm not that keen on this sort of lip here, on where the hamster sort of tucks away if you want it in there. So what I'm thinking of doing is actually straightening this off so it curves into that part of the stock, rather than having this little lip on it here, because the hamster sits in there when it's fitted. But I'm not that keen on this. I think I'd prefer it if it was sort of slightly more streamlined and swayed away like that. I also put this through the chrono and did some readings on it to see how, A, what the power was, and B, how consistent it was. And I've got some figures here. So I was using JSB Exact Heavies, which are 10.4 grains, and I got 695, 694, 690, 700, 693, 692, 690, 694 on the feet per second, and that was 11.7, 11.13, 11, 11.3, 11.1, 11.06, 11.02, 11.13. So averaging, the average was 693.6 feet per second. And the average muzzle velocity was about 11.1 foot-pounds with the JSB heavies, 10.4s, which I was very happy with. I then tried it with some 8.5 grain JSB exacts. The muzzle velocity went up, 757, 756, 760, 757, 755, 760. And that averaged about 10.8, 10.9 for an average of 757.5 feet per second. So really consistent over a shot string there, you know, hardly any difference at all really. Very impressed with it. And you know, 11 foot-pounds with the JSB heavies, superb, more than happy with it. Now as it's settled in, it's actually getting better the more shots I put through it, as it's bedding itself in. I think that good session down the range 2 Sundays ago actually did a lot of good to settle that barrel in, settle the action in, the seals and everything, because it is a brand new rifle, this, don't forget. Second-hand stock, but brand new rifle. So yeah, really chuffed and made up with this. It's coming along lovely. I think I mentioned before, got little carbon fibre side plates just to stop any crap falling in the action. And I also got Rowan Engineering air stripper that fitted to it. So made up with this, but I am just gonna take that off there and just smooth that across. I think I'm going to do that anyway, but I'm not absolutely certain. So yeah, so there we go. So this coming Sunday I will be filming some target shooting, spinner shooting and things down the range, out to sort of 55 yards, even 60 yards I think one of them is. So I will be doing that, and I'll be taking obviously taking this Anschutz, but I'll also be taking my Steyr Hunting 5 Auto down there to give that a whiz as well. So can't wait. So thanks for watching. Don't forget to subscribe.